you have time to be chatting with a girl and doing sex chat, it's because you don't have a body. Your life is wasting. You have time to be building falsehood around your life and pursuing the mundane, is because you don't have a body. In these 3-4 series, I want to show you the burden of the Lord. I will speak about the coming of the Lord next week, and I will show you that if you don't prepare yourself for suffering, you will not survive what is coming. If food still has a hold over your soul, food will become your undoing. They will use it to cripple you. If money has a hold over your soul, in the days of the tribulation, money will become your undoing. Men of burdens, God strips them. He strips them. There's nothing in this realm that you offer them that compares in value to what they have with God. Nothing. This is what the church fathers had. I was listening to a preacher today. He was saying that church history tells us that in the early days of the church, they fasted at least twice a week as a church. Every week, the early church. At least twice a week, every week, corporately. It's something that was handed over from generation to generation. Where did it get lost? Where did it get lost? That now we go to church and what they show us are idols. Idols of self. Idols of the world. Idols of lust. And so we are weak men. You can't kill a man that bears burdens. So it's if God wants him to die that you can kill him. You cannot determine that you will kill him. If God still needs him, no witch can kill him. No witch. That one doesn't pray for long life. You can stone him and leave him for dead. He will get up. A burden keeps him alive. You can't mock him and he will become ashamed. No. Even if it looks as if his body is doing him somehow, he will enter into his cave and he will call upon the one whom his heart loves. One person went to comment somewhere and he said, all these people that say that they are miracle workers, he said, don't trust a so-called healing evangelist that wears glasses. I laughed. Ask them. Oko Polytechnic, the guy brought out his glasses and broke it with his 2 hands. Oko Polytechnic. Where's Anoa? Am I lying? Broke it with his hands. God opened his eyes, cleared his eyes. The one that was preaching was wearing glasses. Then I go to my room and I say, Lord, tears even fall from my own eye, and I say, heal this eye, Lord. And the Lord said, glory. But I will wake up the next day, move to the next station, and I say, I see. And the eye will open. My own, I need glasses. You think I care? You can say whatever you want to say. But like I always tell you, when we die, we will know who truly lived. When we die. When we die. Driven by another appetite. Driven by another government. Driven by another person. The body controls how she spends her money. The body controls how she lives her life. Her body is consecrated to God on the basis of a burden. I pray that such young people will rise in worry. That when you are walking on the streets, you are walking with a burden. God deliver this territory. Next year, I pray that we will go to one of the riverine places. You will see that we have not started work. Just go to the riverine. sad things I heard this week. Sad things. A woman went to see a prophet. While the prophet was counseling her in his office, her husband was in the lobby. He began to have sex with her. Her husband was sitting in reception. The man was sleeping with her. Now somebody will say, na charm. How come charm they work on you? How come? You like this, you met Jesus. Have you not heard that there's no divination against Jacob, no enchantment against Israel? He said, I will step upon serpents and scorpions, and they shall by no means. No burdens. Everybody is a man of God. You are under pressure for somebody to see for you. When will your own eyes open? When will you begin to receive messages, communications from Jesus? When? That's why the false prophetic is thriving in the south. Go everywhere in the south house. False prophets everywhere. And it's not because the false prophets are powerful. It's because the people, there is something wrong with the kind of people we are raising. It's a law of supply and demand. Because there is market for them. That's why they are thriving. The day the market dies, they will go out of extinction. I pray that the Lord will put a genuine burden upon your heart. Amen. That something will begin to drive your life. I don't have time to talk about Jeremiah. If I enter into Jeremiah, I will start weeping. So I want to avoid it. Nothing affects my life like Jeremiah. Nothing. His ministry is God that sent him, and God made sure he suffered. Tied him hand and foot and put him in a well. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. Jesus. Jeremiah cried out at one place. He said, Lord, you have deceived me. And I was deceived. He didn't want to do ministry. Look at Amos. Go and read about Amos. That's how Amos was mocked in his own ministry. Amos, give me Amos 7:14 and 15. Amos 7:14 and 15. Amaziah came to meet him and was trying to encourage him. Amos, he said, I was no prophet, nor was I a son of a prophet, but I was a sheep breeder and a tender of sycamore fruit. I was nobody. God just came and put affliction on my soul. I didn't go looking for it. He just came and put a button. Go to 15. Then the Lord took me as I followed the flock, and the Lord said to me, go and prophesy to my people Israel. It's not something I chose. The burden chose me. Elisha was busy doing his business quietly. Elijah just came and cast a burden upon him. The man had to sell his oxen, sell everything. You see, when I tell you here that I'm ready to waste for Jesus, it's not a cliche. I'm not trying to be emotional. This life has no meaning outside of the burden. This life has no meaning. The day God tells me that he no longer needs me, my only concern will be my wife and children. That's all. If not, the day I'm no longer needed, I don't want to be here. This life, I have found out that the only way I can find peace and joy is to labor with him. I'm a co-laborer. In these three parts of this teaching, I'm trusting God to raise men that will stand with me and say, God, if it's our life you want, take it and take worry. Take worry. Last thing, how do you receive a body? How do you receive a body? Oh, oh, here I am, down on my knees, surrendering all, surrendering all. Find me here, Lord, as you draw me near. I'm desperate for you. I'm desperate for